Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the channel. I guess we'd call it a channel update. I don't know what we'll call it. But I know some of you are going to be, you're sick of hearing me talk about this move, but I'm moving. And I'm going to have my own studio office, right? So finally. This is part of the reason we needed a bigger house, was so that I would have a space to do my work, This room is going to be an office for my day job. It's going to be an office for Divo stuff. It's going to be a studio for YouTube. It's probably going to have like a shipping station in it, although I may set that up down in the garage or something. But it's going to serve as a just all in one place for me to work, which is going to be nice because now I work out of the corner of my fucking bedroom, and then sometimes I do live streams and stuff in our office, which has my wife's whole work set up in it. Just like due to the way our schedules are set up, it just made sense for her to have that office. So yeah. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about, like, what would you like to see me do more of, or do differently, or, that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not going to sit here and promise you that I'll do all these things or whatever. I tend to, because I have a full-time day job, I have a kid, I have a wife, I have Divo. I don't have the luxury of doing everything I want to do with the YouTube channel like some guys do who do this full-time, I just struggle with giving up my day job because I make good money, right? Like, I'm not killing it or anything. I'm not like getting rich over here, but it's a big chunk of money that I would be losing. And some would argue that I'm probably giving up money on the YouTube Divo side of things by not going full time, right? And I can hear that argument, but I just feel like I'm gonna keep doing it the way I'm doing it until I feel like that side of things sustains itself enough financially to quit. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like it's worth the risk at the current moment, even though I was almost there. But I'm tripling my mortgage now, so I'm now way farther away than I was, but I think I'm going to be working the same amount, but I'm going to have more in terms of the house and everything. So I think it's worth it. And it's for my family, it's the right move. Like, my kid, my wife, like, we need more space. This house has a little pool. It's above ground, but it's not one of the hideous ones. Nice. It's not one of the hideous ones, which is good. It wasn't like a thing I needed, but it was kind of cool that it had it. They just put it in 21, or set it up, whatever you want to call it. So that'll be cool for the kid, and me. I like pools. Would love an in-ground pool at some point, but financially, like, I'm not at that level, you know what I'm saying? And I don't live somewhere where it's super common. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I'd rather keep putting in all the work I'm putting in with all the different things and let us have the nicer house and all of that stuff, versus staying where we were and quitting the day job. You know what I mean? It's kind of, those weren't necessarily my options, but like, that's what I was kind of looking at, and I figured it's worth it to do this way. And hopefully we get to a point where I can cut that out at some point down the line. Divo's doing great, but we basically just roll all that money into more stuff. So it's kind of like, it's sort of like a 5-year plan. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's exactly how it'll go, but like, we take a little bit out. Like, we pay ourselves right now. I'll be fully transparent, because why not? Right now, we take out like $2,500 a quarter each, right? So Colin and I both get paid. We pay ourselves essentially $2,500 a quarter, which is $5,000 a quarter total, right? So you look at that over a year, we're paying out $20,000 total for salary or whatever you want to call it. That's nothing, right? I mean, it's something and it's nice. It feels good. That's why we do it, because it gives us a little bit more of that incentive, that drive to keep pushing forward, because we put a lot of effort into this, right? And getting nothing was just starting to get a little bit frustrating, but we don't want to just pay ourselves a lot, because like we could pay ourselves more, but then we wouldn't be able to do as many things with Divo, right? And it slows the growth down, right? So there was a balance there. We want to get something, but we also want to keep the steamboat going. Hope this all makes sense to you guys. I'm just babbling, but so hopefully down the line that'll become a way more viable full-time type of option. But right now it's not. It's a side thing, and it's a sort of a 5-year plan thing where we're just kind of rolling. Everything we make goes back in. Everything we make goes back into more runs, right? Of different designs and stuff like that. We're doing our absolute best to avoid pre-orders. We just did one on the Stout V2, but we did that one, and then we did the Buzz last October, and we did the initial Stout pre-order in April of 21. So was it April of 21 or 22? 22, I think. But I guess what I'm saying is one pre-order in a year, I don't think that's terrible, and we're doing it because we wanted to be able to release the Growler V2 and the Nip and the Lush and not have to wait to do the Stout. Those are our options, and we figured we'll see if you guys want to fund it. If you guys want it, then we'll do it, and we don't have to wait till next year sometime to put the order in, then wait 6 months to get the knives, then so that's kind of the reason we did the pre-order on the V2. But we're trying to avoid pre-orders in general. I'm not sitting here saying we'll never do them again. I'm just saying that's the goal, because we know you guys don't like that. We know you want to just have the knives, but we can't afford right now to do that with the $350 retail knives. The ones that we're selling for $100, $175, stuff like that, we can pull it off, lower quantities and pull it off, and that's helping us build. Anyway, so what would you guys like to see? Like, I personally want to have a little bit better quality of video. The issue is just because I have more space doesn't mean I'm gonna have nicer gear, right? Like, I don't have nice cameras and shit, and then I'd have to learn to use them. I might try to get into an M50 or whatever that's called, at Canon M50 at some point, or whatever the new hotness is. But that's a whole other animal of editing and shit. Like, right now I pass it over to my MacBook with what is it called? AirPlay or Air, whatever. And then I just upload it to YouTube. Sometimes I use iMovie and I add shit. I put a couple clips together and I'll add some text in there, that says, look at this dickhead, talking about myself. Look at this doofus. And that's really the extent of my editing. And I don't really think I want to make that a change, because I don't know, it's just a lot of work. But I think I'd like to do more quality in the sense of like different types of videos. Like, right now I do desktop and I do the truck videos. That's pretty much my 1-2 punch. And then I do face cam live streams. So that'll all be done from the studio now. I'll still do the truck videos. But I'll have a yard that's bigger now. It's still not like the most secluded place, but it's definitely better than, like, right now I got neighbors on top of me. At the new house I'm kind of on a corner thing, so there's really no so I could do some shit out there if I wanted to, hack some stuff, throw some shit. There's not like a ton of trees either, but like I think I can do more of that stuff. That's really what my hope is, that I can do that kind of stuff. And then I was kind of hoping to do more like, I don't know, like project-y type things maybe. Because now I'll have the garage, 2-car garage. I'm hoping I can kind of have like a little shop in the corner. Not like a knife shop, that would be cool, but like a, you know, just a shop, like where I have tools and shit and I can work on stuff. And maybe do more hands-on stuff, because right now I don't really, you know, I get to hang fucking pictures and put together furniture and shit. Like I wouldn't mind doing some more fun stuff like that and maybe filming it, you know. But ideas would be great, guys. You know, better lighting. Is my lighting shit in my desktop videos? I don't know. I try. I have nice studio lights, but you know, I'm not like some crazy guy with the lights. But maybe I can, like, you know, mount some shit. Because right now, I literally use my desk. It's this desk that's this fucking wide, right? It's like this fucking big. And it has 2 monitors up top. And then a bottom, like, area. And that's where I have I have, like, a huge mouse pad. And then I put my Tinkerforce tray on it. And then I have an arm mounted to that thing that I can hang over. And that's how I do desktop videos. Like, it's all in one thing. Everything I do is on that, except for these face cam videos. So, like, maybe I can bust the tripods out again, you know? I used to use tripods a little bit. Maybe I can create some kind of cool angle or desktop thing that's a little bit nicer, you know, gets a cooler angle or a wider angle or something. A bigger space. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the desk that I use now. I'm keeping that. That's going to be my, like, day job work. That'll be like my computer station. And then we have a huge it's like the same exact build. It was like an IKEA desk I got when I was a kid, but it's fucking amazing. It's like a metal arms and desk, and then it has these fucking glass. It's just a big glass fucking sheet. That's the desk. So the one that I use in my office for live streams, that desk is huge, just flat, and I'm gonna use that for videos. I think it's gonna be perfect. I just need to get a big old fucking mat, because obviously it's glass and you don't want to look at my fucking balls the whole time. I know some of you do. Looking at you, Chris. I'm just kidding. I just made up a name, by the way. So I think that'll be cool. Maybe I can get a cool angle or hang. I can, like, build something to hang from the ceiling and then put my phone in that, and that'll be my mount or whatever. Maybe I can hang the lights or figure out a way to permanently set that up so I don't have these fucking lights on the floor in the middle of the room. That's the annoying thing about these lights, is they're fucking just like there, you know? They're like all over, like right now it takes up my whole fucking room. So it might be cool to find a way to, like, hang lights to use for videos, and then have a cool setup with the desk and everything. And that could help us with Divo too, right? Like, I could maybe use that to take pictures, photograph pictures or whatever, even though I'm the worst photographer ever. That's something I'd love to work on at some point. I just don't know, man. Some of you guys, it's just a creative, like, I have a creative mind in a sense, right? Like, I must have some sense of it because I do this, and, like, you know, I'm not a complete failure at it. But, like, artistic design, like, I have no creativity there. Taking pictures, setting up pictures, that's the hard part, guys. Anybody, you know, I could probably get the right light somehow and, like, fucking figure that out. But staging a picture or a video, that's the hard part. And that shit, I don't fucking get. I put, like, my brain is so ADD or whatever that it all has to be straight. Like, I'll be like, oh, this looks good. I'll just put this here. And then I'm like, oh, wait, they could all be in a fucking line. And then they need to be a perfect line. And then everything has to be even. And then, oh, you know what? I'll just turn them sideways so they're straight. 1, 2, 3. You know, like, I'm just trying to stage a pen, a knife, and a fucking flashlight. And I gotta, like, it's gotta be the perfect line. And, like, I just don't have that artistic feel where it's like, oh, I just throw this here, put this here, angle this that way, and then it'll all look right when I take the picture. No, I get lucky once in a fucking blue moon. But if you guys have ever seen a good picture from me, please tell me in the comments, because I want to see it. Like, that's why my thumbnails fucking suck. That's something I really want to work on, but I just don't know. I just don't even know where to start with thumbnails. I try to get a cool picture. You know, I honestly, I kind of look at the trends and then I try to like do something similar. Like nowadays, a lot of people are doing the like where you just line up the top half of the knife and then you write something above it or around it or something. So I do that a lot. For a while there, it was like close-up shot on something on the knife, like the fucking flipper tab, or, you know, just the deployment area of the knife. You take a picture of that. You know, I do that. Like, you know, if it was fucking up to me, I would just fucking take a picture of the goddamn full knife. I would just be like, here's the knife, you know. But you guys won't fucking click on it if I do that, because you're like, oh, that knife. Well, I'm not watching that. I gotta intrigue you with my fucking thumbnail and titles, and I suck at it. I try to be funny, never works. So that'd be a nice change. But anyway, you get the point. I guess what I'm saying is, like, what would you like to see with the new crib? Like, is there anything I could do that would maybe like make the videos better for you? Or, you know, is there anything in the videos you want me to do differently? Like, it doesn't have to be related around the move. I'm just saying, like, I have an opportunity now to set things up a little differently, maybe be a little different, but it still needs to be very convenient. That's the thing. It can't take me an hour to set up. It can't take me, you know, because I just don't have that time. Like, the reason I'm able to pump videos out is because I'm at my desk already, and then I just spin over the fucking arm, drop the phone in, and start talking. You know what I mean? But if I had to like do all this setup, I would film one video a week, you know? That's why some guys do that, because it's a lot of work, you know? And then they edit it, and they put a lot of time into that. So their one video a week does just as well as all my fucking 12 videos. It's just the same, it's the same thing, right? It's probably the same amount of effort. But I like talking, obviously. And I like talking about knives. I love just that aspect of it. So that's really what gives me joy. So that's what I want to do. I don't really want to become, you know, the channel with the cool fucking camera and the great editing skills and shit. That's just not my style. You know, I already got all that swag right here on my drip, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I really have no fucking idea what this video is about. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, and I guess I just wanted to hear myself discuss it, to figure out what I'm thinking, what I'm gonna try to do. But maybe there's some stuff in the videos you guys want to see more. I know for a long time people wanted me to speed it up, you know, get to the knife, and I think I've done a pretty good job at that lately, and I think I agree. Cutting out a lot of that foreplay really does help in multiple ways. It lets me film more, but it makes the video shorter, more to the point for you guys. I think that's important. I think a lot of you guys like that. You don't want to see me sit there with the box unopened for 5 minutes talking about what's in the box before I cut it open. You know, you just want me to cut it open and then talk, and that's what I try to do. I try to really fidget and play with the knife while I'm talking to you guys, so you can see all of the different angles and how I open it and all that stuff, instead of just having it sit there and talk. You know, I try to always be moving it. Oh, this is a big one. I want to do more cutting. Dumbass. This is what I meant by I wanted to do stuff like have some kind of setup in my garage. Like, maybe do, not like, I don't know, maybe cut testing, but like, the problem is, here's another thing, sharpening. So I still have my Work Sharp Pro or whatever that they sent me, and I feel terrible about it. I did like a reel about it and shit, but I just haven't had time to literally, and I have no space to set up a sharpener and use it. It's fucking ridiculous, but I will, okay? So that's one of my big goals, is to set up that Worksharp, use it, and actually do a video on it, and give Worksharp a big shout out for that, because that was really nice of them. I have no idea why they chose me as one of the people to send it to. Somebody must have recommended me, which is cool, but like I have no record of sharpening, but I've always wanted to. So I had a TS Prof. I did a couple videos on that, or like one. I don't even know if I did. I think I did a live stream and that's it. And then I used it a couple times and then I sold it, because I literally never can use it. But having it like set up already in a garage, ready to go, and I can just come out and maybe I can just set up something so I can put a camera out and do some sharpening. That'd be cool. Or even just talk about it. So that's one thing I want to do, is sharpening. And that will lead me to cut testing. That's the biggest thing here, guys, is when you have no way, I shouldn't say I don't have a way, but if you can't or won't sharpen, right? Doing these cut testings or just using the knife more becomes something you don't want to do. Like, I try to avoid dulling my knives because I can't sharpen them, or won't, right? Whatever. I don't know how you want to look at it. The blame is on me, I guess, for that, right? So won't, can't, whatever. But like a lot of times, you know, like I get a package or whatever, and maybe I got to cut through some thick plastic or some shit. And I'm like, well, I'm right here in the kitchen. I can just grab this utility knife instead of using my Sweeney or whatever, right? Because I can just swap that blade out. I'm not going to fuck it up or anything, you know? That's what goes through my brain. You obviously also don't want to mess up your nice, expensive knives, but like, if I knew I could sharpen it or fix it or whatever, then I would be all over using them more. And I would be about doing cut tests, you know? So that's kind of stuff that's the kind of stuff I think I can do more of, hopefully, at the new house. Again, I'm not promising all these changes, because I may very well just go back to exactly what I'm doing now, which I think works. You know, I'm not like killing it right now on YouTube, and I don't care all that much about that. It does bother me a little bit that my growth has been like stunted, because I was doing really well, and then now it's like, I don't know what's going on. It does seem to be going a little bit up, but I think making some changes, doing some stuff differently would be nice. And I think ultimately, this is the thing, guys, this channel has always been predicated on, I'm doing what I enjoy and I'm filming it. I'm not doing this for you, in a sense. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a mean way, but I mean, this is for me. Like, I want to express how I feel about knives and all. I need to get it out, and I enjoy it, and I obviously notice that people like the content, so that makes me happy, and I want to do more of it. So ultimately what I do is going to be what I'm feeling like doing, not, oh, I should do this because it'll get me more views. Like, I really don't roll that way. But I do want to grow too, like as a person. I want to learn how to sharpen. Like, that's something that's been on my mind for a while. Like, I want to learn how to sharpen so that I can fucking fix my knives. Like, I don't know how many times I've fucking chipped a knife on accident. Don't even know how the fuck I chipped M390, because it just chips like it's fucking chips like a cracker. And then I'm like, how the fuck did I chip this thing? Like, what the hell? You know, and then I can't fix it. You know, I've gotten decent at stropping. I have a whole strop setup that I haven't used in forever either now. But I have a whole bunch of strops. I got emulsions and shit. And I sort of got into it for like a week. Again, the time, and then like, I have so many knives coming through that I just don't even, you know, really need to most of the time. But if I knew how to sharpen better and stuff, then I would want to use them more, test them more, you know, and that would be fun. Like, I get some materials that are fun to cut and kind of do that. But if you can't put a nice edge back on it, confidently, then it's like, you know. But I think I would learn a lot sharpening. You know, I would learn stuff about steels. I would learn more stuff about edge terminations and choils and shit like that I don't really care about now. I guess I care, but I don't care. You know what I mean? So that's a whole aspect I think would be really fun. So let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing more of that stuff from me. And then if you guys have any other suggestions, that would be cool. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss it. Nothing crazy. Sorry for I'm literally like discussing this and having this conversation in my head with you right now. So that's why it's all over the place. I'm excited. I'm very excited to get to the new house. I'm stressed out. I got a lot of anxiety lately. Been feeling kind of weird again lately, and I think it's just related to, you know, this, trying to get the move done, and you know, but yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. All you guys that are subscribed, that like the videos, that comment, you know, that come to the live streams, that support Lefty, Divo, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate all of you very, very much. I hope you guys know that. You've been a huge part of my life now for the last few years, and it's been an absolute pleasure. It really has helped me. I think it's really helped me personally grow and become a better person in many different ways. Learn, grow. Like, it's a really interesting case study, so to speak. And I think it's all been for the best. I really do. And I appreciate you guys for that. So I love you all. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later. After I hit the stop button.